winter wine, you make me warm inside. Your morning sunshine when the dreams aren't feeling fine. Your eucalyptus leaf, you make my muscles sweet. Your sweet moonshine, and now I finally feel alive. Will you dance with me? Let's forget all about the night. You can follow my lead, we'll be partners in crime.
어디? 거기 너 가서 구경해.
Oh, I see your hat. She's back there.
Buried with all the so we're in the vault with the clay soldiers, and there's one spot that it has the light. It said wait a few.
It would be like.
In my dreams, I'm a warrior, princess in a pattern skirt. Oh yeah. Reaching for unanswered prayers, hovering on the watermelon. Oh yeah.
Et alors?
How did you find me? The silver lining. I was blinded by the dark till you showed me where to start. Wherever the wind blows, wherever your light goes, I will follow you around. I will let the sun go down without you. Tell me you need me, tell me you care. Show me your weakness when life isn't fair. Oh, I was a sad, sad story until you let down your hair. So even if you lose your way, I will still be there. Water your garden and write your name in the stars. You can confide in me. Tell me a mystery. I was a shallow man.
Okay, we'll try that.
We're gonna try that one.
Yeah.
Away with the sand. In the times there was no sign of relief.
En quoi?
And I never understand why you rescue me. Tell me you need me, tell me you care. Show me your weakness when life isn't fair. Oh, I was a sad, sad story until you let down your hair. So even if you lose your way,
Mhm.